I'm Natalie Pasquarella, and this is News 4 Now for Monday, December 3rd. Let's start with your weather. Those warm temperatures are headed out tonight. Tomorrow will be clear, but the high will only be about 40 degrees here in the city. Now to the news. The nation has begun its final goodbye to President George H.W. Bush, who died Friday at 94. Mr. Bush's body arrived in Washington, D.C. this afternoon on the presidential plane, temporarily renamed Special Air Mission 41 in honor of the 41st president. His body will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda. On Wednesday, a funeral service will be held at the Washington National Cathedral. President Trump and each of the 4 living former presidents are expected to attend. After that, President Bush's body will return to Texas. He'll be buried alongside his wife, Barbara, at his presidential library.
George Herbert Walker Bush demonstrated the finest qualities of our nation and of humankind.
You've probably seen this picture of President Bush's service dog, Sully, sitting beside his owner's flag-draped casket. The Bush family spokesman tweeted it last night with the caption, "Mission complete." That loyal golden retriever was trained at the America's Vet Dogs training campus on Long Island. Sully was matched with the former president this summer. His next mission is at Walter Reed Medical Center.
Sully in front of the casket really is powerful stuff, and it just shows how the bond that the president and Sully had.
In other news, firefighters say 4 bodies were pulled from the rubble of a building in Poughkeepsie. The fire started around 1:30 this morning along Academy Street. Part of that building collapsed. Crews found the bodies while clearing out debris. That building had been vacant for some time. Officials say it's not clear how the victims died. A search for more bodies is ongoing. In Brooklyn, police are looking for a man who they say urinated on a church and knocked over 2 religious statues on Sunday. This is video of the guy at Our Lady of Consolation Roman Catholic Church. That's in Williamsburg. It's not clear why the man knocked the statues over, but it's not the first time someone has vandalized that church. Officials say other statues have been smashed several times over the last few years. And finally, fans of rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine have created a Facebook event hoping to break the rapper out of jail. More than 13,000 people have RSVP'd since the page was created over the weekend. Their show of support is scheduled for December 12th. 6ix9ine was arrested last month on racketeering and gun charges. Prosecutors say he's a member of a violent street gang. His attorneys have said he's innocent of the charges. That's all for News 4 Now. Stick around after this for more coverage on President Bush. I'm Natalie Pasquarella. Thanks so much for watching.
Good evening from Capitol Hill. Yes, a somber ceremony here today. Moving to see so many people coming out to pay their respects to the 41st President of the United States. Washington seemingly pausing as well to remember President Bush. All this, as you mentioned, started in Texas, and it ended here on Capitol Hill at the United States Capitol, a building in recent years that's been known for its bitter divisiveness. Today, pausing and coming together to remember George Herbert Walker Bush. Under a setting sun and the eyes of family, friends, and a grateful nation, the 41st President of the United States returned to the nation's capital for the final time. The arrival of the President's casket greeted with stirring military honors. Hours earlier, the sun was shining in Houston as the President's flag-draped casket was loaded into a hearse, ready for the long procession to Ellington Field. As the motorcade passed, cars slowed nearly to a stop on the interstate in a show of respect for the President, who called the city home.
It's very sad. He was a great man. We loved him.
At the airfield, 300 dignitaries, family, and friends gathering. Service members fired off a 21-gun salute. The tarmac went silent as President Bush's casket was loaded onto Air Force One, designated on this day as Special Air Mission 41. His family boarding the plane led by his eldest son, President George W. Bush, and wife Laura. A little more than 3 hours after taking off from Texas, the plane landed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. President Bush headed to the Capitol, where he will lie in state. Today, Bush family spokesperson Jim McGrath posted this photo on Twitter showing these aviation-themed socks the president will wear. A nod to his time as an 18-year-old naval aviator in World War II and a lifetime of service to his country. President Bush, well known for his colorful socks, something he began after becoming wheelchair-bound in 2007. Out of office, he championed a host of charitable causes until his final few years, and his thoughts turned to what was next.
I used to worry about death and all. I don't anymore. But have a feeling there's an afterlife, and I have a feeling it's a good one.
Here from Houston. It was quite a scene.
It was quite the scene here on Capitol Hill, watching as everyone arrived. The motorcade pulling up with the president's body and people paying their respects in the street. I saw one police officer saluting as the hearse drove by. That has now left the president lying in state here at the U.S. Capitol building. People beginning to pay their respects to file past the president's casket. They'll be able to do that again tomorrow, while the Bush family will allow visitors to come visit them at the Blair House, just outside of the White House. And then on Wednesday, there will be the state funeral at the Washington National Cathedral. That's the latest reporting live here on Capitol Hill. I'm Stephen Holt, News 4 New York. Back to you.